Okay, so write down step one is you have to enter the data manually. We're not using the same file. For every problem, you'll have to enter the data manually. So first go to the variable view. And we'll call the variable ATM users. ATM underscore users. Now make a note, the type has to be numeric. So the type has to be numeric. The decimals, you'll have to make it to 0. And the measure has to be either ordinal or nominal. We'll do it for nominal. Once again, we'll call it ATM users, numeric and nominal. Now, what was our columns in the problem? What were the columns? If you look at the problem we did in class, what were the 5 outcomes? No, what were the outcomes? No, the outcomes. Like, what were the column names? Yeah. So you have to do underscore there. You can't do a space. Yeah. We'll check when we practice. Just take notes for now. Okay, so the outcomes were Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right? So what you'll have to do is, for each outcome, you'll have to assign a number. So you say let 0 be Monday, 1 be Tuesday, 2 be Wednesday, and so on. So write down step 1, assign numbers to the outcomes. So 0 will be Monday, 1 will be Tuesday, 2 will be Wednesday, and so on. Now for Monday, what was the value in our problem? 253, that's a big number. So we'll do it, say, around 5 or 6. So you come to the data view and you type in 0, say 6 times. So this means on Monday there were 6 users. Does that make sense? 0 is equal to Monday. So in our data view, you say there are 6 zeros because 0 is Monday. Okay, first you are in variable view, then you come to data view. Now let's say there are 5 for Tuesday. So what do? You type in 1 5 times. So this tells you there are 5 for Tuesday. Does that make sense? So let's do quickly. Let's do Wednesday as 4. Thursday as 4. And Friday around 6 again. So this becomes your data set. Any questions here? So 0 is Monday, 1 is Tuesday, and so on. Yes or no? Okay, then you go back to the variable view. Go back to the variable view and click on values. And in here, you click on plus. So in here, you explain to SPSS what was your 0. 0 was, so 0 is Monday. Then you say 1 was, you can just say T as well. Then 2 was, and so on. You fill in the entire thing. And you say 4 was Friday. And you click on OK. Does that make sense what we did? Now, if you go back to the data view and click on this button here, value labels, you should be able to see the actual labels. Does that make sense what happened? If I click on it, you'll come back to, because you told SPSS that 0 was Monday, 1 was Tuesday, and so on. Okay, let me see if we are recording. Okay, now write down step 2, how to do the chi-square test. This was just entering the data. Now we're going to do the test. The chi-square test. Okay, go to analyze on the top. Where should we go? Any guesses? Cannot see it? Should we go to descriptive? What are we doing now? Any guesses? Where should I go? Okay, write down. You go to analyze. Very good. You go to non-parametric test. Because remember, chi-square is the non-parametric test. So go to non-parametric test. Then go to legacy dialogues. And go to the first one, which is chi-square. Now make a note. I forgot to tell you this. For the chi-square, the k has to be bigger than 2. Only then it will work. Make a note. In chi-square, the k that we did has to be bigger than 2. for the goodness of fit test. Okay, so click on chi-square, and a new window opens up, and you move the variable to the right-hand side. Okay, now just look here. This is the important bit. The expected values bit here. If you say all categories equal, it means the percent or the probability is the same for all of them. Make a note. This one here means the probability is the same for all of them, like the 20% that we did. Yeah. So make sure this is selected and click on OK. That's it. You don't have. You can click on options if you need descriptives or something, but we don't need it. Just click on and make this one as it is. Get from data. Keep this as it is. Get from data. And if you click on OK, you should be able to see the output, which is something like this. So we get the entire table, the observed, the expected, and this is the result of your chi-square. The first one is your chi-square value of the experiment. The second one is your DF is what? Which is, what is DF? What is it called? Degree of freedom. And the last one is your p-value. So right on the last bit here is your p-value. And we can do the p-value approach here. If the p-value is less than, what was the alpha that I gave you? 0.1. So in this case, 0.9 is it? P-value is bigger than 0.1 is the same as 0.1, right?
Yes.
Right. So the p-value is bigger than alpha here. So what do? Right. If the p-value is less than alpha, you reject 80. If the p-value is bigger than alpha, you do not reject 80. So what should be your conclusion here? We agree that the observed is the same as the expected. Pretty straightforward if you think about it. Okay, let's just do one more, then you can practice. What if I tell you the proportions are not equal? In that case, what you do is you click on values. And you give the expected values here. So for example, I say what I expected for Monday was 3. Click on add. What I expected for Tuesday was 10. What was the total here? Did anyone see the total? I think 25. Say let's do 5 for Wednesday. How much is it? 18. So let's do 3 for Thursday and how much left? 4 for Friday. These are the expected values. It means this is what you are expecting. The first one is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, and remember this number has to be the same as your total, which is 25. And then click on, in this case, look at this, new numbers will show up. Still, what is the p-value? 0.134, which is very close to 0.1. But is it less than 0.1? Still, it's not less, so you do not reject the 80 still. So if a question like this shows up on the final exam, you should know what to look for. So just make a note. The output can be shown in the final exam. And you will have to find the p-value and so on. Just make a note. The SPSS output can be on the final exam. Okay, that's it. Go to Blackboard and see if you can do the practice for SPSS for today.